You got me all tripped out. Yo, so Tesla Cybertruck owners, if you saw the news, it's all over the news. It's all out there that these truck cars are already starting to show rust.
And I love every second of it.
That is just...
I love every second of it.
You know what's so funny? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm surprised. Like,
no, I'm not surprised one bit.
Who would have thought that if you put stainless steel outside in the rain, it's going to rust?
You don't need to clear coat it or anything.
No one thought that was a bad idea?
I am nowhere near the Cybertruck. I'm not on that wave. I can't ever be on that wave. It's not for me. And the fact that they're rusting out just puts like such a big smile on my face.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, I know. I knew it.
I think everyone's in the same boat as us where, there's a part of me that loves to rag on this thing. Like, I kind of like to bash on it. It's kind of funny because it's such a ridiculous car. But you know what the truth is? I read a couple other articles, kind of deep dove into it. But there is a somewhat more easy fix. Some people are saying doing clay bar kind of just takes it off. But
I shouldn't have to do any of that.
But not even that. But as a truck that they market as something that can go off-road capabilities, whatever it may be, you can't get water, debris, oil, any of that stuff on the exterior of the car, or you're going to experience rust.
So what's the point of it? What's the point of it? The point is just to say you have it. That's all it is.
The most hilarious part to me is that when people get stainless steel appliances for their house, the selling point on that stuff is that if you get a stainless steel dishwasher or refrigerator or whatever it may be, that they're anti-corrosion.
Am I taking my refrigerator off-roading?
That's the problem. So
is my stove coming off-roading with me?
People say that as a selling point, but you know what? Your refrigerator isn't outside in the rain.
The stainless steel looks good. That's why we all buy it. Let's be
easy
real.
Clean
now.
up.
It's easy.
Yeah, wipe.
Wipe it down there, and we'll be okay.
But it doesn't sit out in acid rain all day.
No,
so
not at all.
That's just hilarious that people are experiencing that.
I'm loving every second of it.
So there was another video. Max has been showing me constantly for the last week or so the new Metavision Pro. Is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah.
Whatever it is, the big.
That's another ridiculous thing, but that's just showing my age now. Now I just not liking anything new on technology.
We've seen that the new Vision Pro that costs thousands of dollars, and it is pretty crazy. I must say, I watched some videos. It is pretty crazy. But I saw this video of this lady driving on the highway, and she has the Vision Pro on her face, but she's in a Cybertruck, auto driving, and you just see her going down the highway like this.
I don't trust the auto driving itself, and now you want to, the auto driving is designed to have somebody still there to be able to.
You found the video.
There it is.
So look at this. So you got that is. I hope that is the Vision Pro that I'm talking about. But it's not a lady. It's a guy.
They even look like ski goggles, man. It's like this guy's rolling around with ski goggles.
Going down the highway in their Cybertruck, also doing one of these or whatever. What world are we living in?
It's not a world that I've grew up in. That's for sure.
It's insane, but
it's beyond. Let me take a deep breath here before we keep going.
But now that we mentioned the auto drive, and we were reading on an article and a couple videos or whatever that were really funny, and this has kind of sparked the conversation of what we're at now is with autonomous driving. We were wondering what is going to happen when manufacturers have to implement some kind of system into autonomous driving to make really crucial decisions.
I think it would just completely freeze up and just not know what to do.
Well, it's crazy because there's a moral compass to this and the ethical standpoint of, is the car always going to take priority to save the driver?
I think that's what it was designed to do, so that is what it is going to do. Again, it's very hard because you have your pros and cons to everything. Like, yes, of course, it's going to save me, but like, what if it's just going to barrel down 10 to 20 people and just kill, or hurt or severely injure a bunch of different people?
I think about it in like a few ways of like, if you're driving on the highway, you yourself, real life, you're driving on a highway and you're about to crash into something. What are you going to do?
Try to swerve out of the way.
Right. You're going to move out of the way, thus saving yourself and your car from impact.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I think that's a normal thing to do. If these cars are auto driving and they have the same response, we're not going to swerve out of the way and go towards another object. But will that car do that?
I don't know if it's going to or not. I don't want to be the guy to test it. That's for sure.
And I don't want to be the manufacturer responsible for it. But how are they going to implement that?
I don't know, but even if you go back and you look at that Volvo video, Max, I don't know if you could pull that up or not. There was the video where they were testing the stop safety feature for like pedestrians crossing.
Okay.
And like some guy stood in front of it, and this Volvo started booking it, and just bam.
So All right,
Yeah,
so
there it is. There, let's watch this.
So on the screen right now, what it is that they're testing for this Volvo automatic stop safety. Is it going to hit the people?
Just watch. It's.
I actually haven't seen this video.
But this is why I don't trust any of this stuff, man. It's look. Bam!
Oh my god!
Okay. And that's what you guys trust. You guys put your trust in that.
For anyone listening that's not watching on YouTube, what just happened was the Volvo, they're testing the safety, and the car just barrels forward and kind of just lifted up a couple people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that was pretty hard on impact. So.
Oh, here we go with this illustration over here.
So it's the trolley problem is what we're talking about. So does the car crash out of the way and save the pedestrians per se, or will it save the driver and mow right through?
Or it could have went left. Look at all that grass that he could have went on.
I guess so.
But I'm saying, like, see, like if that was somebody who, again, there's a lot of people who shouldn't be behind a wheel. So let's just state that right now and just put that down before I go any further. But say if me or you were driving that car and I see straight, a brick wall, or a perfectly empty field, I'm going to go with the perfectly empty field. I'm going to hook that left.
Right.
But to that animation, it's saying that's going to either hit me or hit the pedestrians. I don't know. I can't put full faith into that automated driving systems and all of that. I just think it's a little bit too... What's the word I want to use on this one? Help me out with this one. What's the word I want to use?
I don't know, not ironed out enough. I don't know, but
not heavily tested.
Yeah, okay.
If I should, again,
it's not trustworthy.
Yes, there you go. It's not.
So this is a video that I'm more familiar with, where they're trying to do the automatic braking and just takes out the.
Luckily, it was a dummy.
Yeah.
The other one was two people.
But I think there's an incredible amount of follow-up questions that come with the autonomous driving because I'll give you the counterpart here. So like, if they do all these crash rate and safety tests, whatever it may be, those are all to ensure that the driver's safe.
Yeah.
So in that sense, why wouldn't the car take it right into a wall?
That's why,
and the driver will be quote unquote safe.
I agree with that. I think that the system will take care of the driver before anybody else.
But okay, so
because I don't think the system is going to be able to distinguish if it's an old lady, a little kid, 10 people in front of you, or they are legit designed to save the person that's inside the car.
What about an object then? Is it going to be able to register a pedestrian the same way it can register a fire hydrant or something like that, or maybe road debris?
That again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I don't. It's again, I'm not really about the whole electric and a lot of technology in the car. It's just too many pros and cons to it that would make me not trust it. I'd rather trust myself driving versus anybody else. But Max also made a valid point too. I'd rather have somebody who can drive use the autopilot.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? There's valid points to, and there's pros and cons to everything. It's just one of those that I personally cannot put my trust behind the car and the computer to either take care of my life or endangering anybody else's life.
There's that other video that went around for a while that was like a white Tesla in an overpass or a tunnel or something. It's just stopped, and it caused like a huge backup of cars or whatever. Like, so my immediate thought after that, like my truly instinctual thought is, who the heck pays for that?
I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
Is the driver's insurance required to pay based on the manufacturer's auto driving?
See, but I think that would go into like such a bigger depth of either lawsuits and things like that. Like if it ever did really come down to that, let's really hope it doesn't. But
this is a video.
God forbid if it did.
In the left lane, the car is going to just stop. It just comes to a dead stop.
Yeah, I'd be calling. Is it a Tesla?
Yeah, I think so.
It is. I'd be calling Tesla real quick. And look at this backup that it causes. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. The car did it on its own.
But so like if you
but what stopped it though?
I don't know.
Was there something in the road that physically was just like, no, stop?
Imagine getting out of your car after that happens and you just have to look at the rest of the drivers and go like this.
I can't. But another thing is too, with that video per se, what if it was that once it went into the tunnel, it just lost like Wi-Fi and it's just like it couldn't even.
I don't think it runs on Wi-Fi.
I'm not a computer guy. I'm a sales guy, right? We all know this.
Elon lost reception.
You lost reception. It's like a cell phone. You got bars. Right there. It was in the minimum bar, and it was just like no service, and then it just died.
Oh man,
I can't trust it, man. I can't get behind it.
I'm not one of these people, but for the people out there who want full autonomous driving, my question is, who has the insurance? Because I don't think if my car is supposed to drive itself and the manufacturer did all this
The
stuff,
manufacturer should have the insurance.
they should have the insurance. Their car takes out another car, not on me. That's why I think it should be.
See, but then also there's definitely so many little copyright things and everything like that where it's supposed to be the driver is supposed to be coherent and, being able to control the car afterwards. But again, how are you going to control that Tesla from just dead stopping like that?
With probably no signal.
Yeah, no.
No signal.
Look at it. Bam. That
Yeah.
kid would be dead.
I mean,
I don't.
This isn't even driving. This is just braking.
Yeah, no. That's
This is just auto stop stuff.
I can't. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of cool features on some newer cars with like the lane assist, but that's not fully controlling the car. That's just like giving you a nudge, like, "Hey, you're going over," or a beep to let you know that you're going over. I feel that's where like the technology should have just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all right, give me the Apple CarPlay. Let me play my music. Okay, cool. But like, now you want the car to drive for you? It's like, just hire an Uber, man. At that rate, if you want the car to drive for you, why not? I just can't trust it.
Yeah.
God, look at that Tesla's flying. Bam! Look. Oh, so bad.
So, I guess I would ask you the question though. So, do you have a preference of what you think in the trolley problem?
Mm-hmm.
If the car has to make the decision, what do you think the best outcome could be? In the scenario where you don't have an option for the clear lane, you don't have the open field option.
I knew you were going to go that way because I took that route.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to go that way because I took that
You don't have the
route.
open field option, but you have the option of you crash into a wall or you hit the pedestrian.
It's so tough, man, because of course everybody wants to be selfish and say I want to take care of myself, but I'd rather, if it's going to be me versus like 10 people, just take me. It's at that point, like, I don't want to be responsible for taking out 10 people. It's like just take me instead and have so whoever my brothers, my mom, or anybody just go and sue the company. But I don't know, at that rate it's so tough to say because selfishly you're always going to say yourself. But like for me on that specific, it's 1 versus 10. Just take out the 1.
I would probably agree with you that I would choose the same option. Now, what I would imagine would happen is if that were to happen,
I'd hope the airbags work. That's really where I was going. From there.
But you know what I can see in a future of where that scenario becomes reality is the car indeed takes you into a wall or something like that, and you hit it. Who knows what happens to you? Whatever it may be. Someone breaks down that video and they go, that car was never going to hit those people anyways. The car was never going to hit the people anyways. It preemptively took you into a wall, and whose fault is that?
Again, I understand the fact of there's not a lot of great drivers out there, but I'd rather be the one controlling a car versus an autopilot.
I don't think the reality of this is I don't think that they'll ever find a real answer to this because this is an ongoing question that's been around forever.
There's no answer for it. It's just wing it and see what happens. But I'm not going to be the one to wing it and see what happens.
They can't even find an answer to this question that's been around for hundreds of years or whatever, maybe in fixed scenarios.
Yeah.
In real life, you're going to have all these variable factors where tons of things will make a difference into what the outcome will be. There's no way that these cars are going to be able to make the quote-unquote moral or ethical decision preloaded.
Computers don't have morals.
I guess, but
it's one of those things.
The person who the whole thing behind it, I guess, is the person who programmed those cars or those computers have morals.
Yeah,
you're
not wrong.
So that I guess that's kind of the problem here. And
what's this video?
Probably what the computer senses, and these are all probably LiDAR sensors.
This looks like Queens.
Well, there's no one driving on the side.
No, I don't see a scooter. I don't see one of those mopeds in sight. So that's not Queens.
That might have been a handball court. That's a handball court. That's definitely New York.
But yeah, again, on my personal opinion, I can't get down with the whole autopilot thing. It's again, Max made a valid point, which made me think like, yeah, you're right. Where there's people out there who shouldn't be behind a wheel, but that autopilot, like that's the type of person that's for. But again, I still don't even think the autopilot is going to react as quickly as a human being.
I'm gonna change it and bring it to a little more lighthearted section here.
Yeah, let's go.
Imagine this: the year is 2030 or whatever it is. Electric cars are mandatory in California, and
I'm not living in California.
And they got the auto driving vehicles, and then you go out to a track day, and someone's out there tracking their car automatically.
Getting the best,
and you got the guy with the helmet on, and
he's got his feet up, reading the book.
His feet up right there. driving on the track. But yeah, it's crazy how all this stuff is.
It's too much for me. I think we really are trying to put too much technology into something that, driving's a privilege. If you don't know how to drive, if you can't pass your driver's test, don't be behind a wheel.
Public transportation.
There's public transportation. Yeah. There's Ubers. There's taxis. There's so many. There's your 2 feet.
I was gonna say that's
the Lamborghinis.
Yeah. Be grateful. Some people don't
honestly,
have 2 feet.
To be honest, it's one of those. Don't know how to drive. Don't drive, man.
Yeah.
Driving's a privilege.
Car.
Driving's a privilege. And I remember when my father said that to me when I first got my license. I was like, I don't even know what that means. But now I totally understand it from seeing crazy people on the road.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to be a dead horse here. I think we got the question, pretty much across. Anyone out there who's watching or listening or whatever it is, let us know what you think about the situation. What do you think about autonomous driving? Where do you stand on it? And then what do you think are the correct morals or ethics behind it? Let us know, because we don't have the answer. This podcast was us just talking about it, and unfortunately didn't give you an answer. Daut saying that Celsius, if you're watching, we'll take a sponsorship. That's about it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.